Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today the video I'm doing for you guys today was requested, so I decided to do it for y'all. What I'm showing y'all today is my foundation routine, and my foundation routine includes how I prime my skin, my foundation, my concealer. I don't know what my hair is doing today, sorry y'all. So if you're interested to see what my face routine consists of, please keep watching. Hey y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I already have my skincare products on my face, my moisturizer and my eye cream. So what I'd like to do before I start applying my foundation and my primer, I like to use the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray, and I like this one because I feel like it really helps out with oil control. So what I like to do is, just kind of give my face a little spritz. And I'll let that dry. So once that's dried, my next step I like to do is go in with the Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting Brightening Serum, and this is the primer I have been using lately. I'll apply this all over to my face just with my fingertips. That's done, we are going to start using our foundations, and this is my current foundation routine. I've been using this the past couple months. I feel like this is perfect for summertime here in Texas, and it goes really well with my skin type. Just so you guys know, I have combination to oily skin. I'm definitely more on the oily side. I can get dry patches every once in a while, but definitely more on the oily side. And I have a couple different foundations I have been liking lately. And I have been using the past few months. The first is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation, and this is a 15-hour foundation, and it really does stay a long time. I am in the shade 2-in-1, which is Desert Beige. I've also been liking the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. Now this claims to be a 24-hour foundation, which I don't necessarily believe. It does stay a long time. It does not say 24 hours though, but this is a very matte foundation, which I appreciate since I have oily skin. And in this foundation, I am in the shade 103 or Natural Buff. So these two paired together I really like. I feel like the Estee Lauder, I like it because it stays really well, and then this is because it's very matte. I would consider these both medium to full coverage. They're definitely very buildable, and what I've actually been doing lately is mixing these two together and applying to my face. I just really like the finish. My current foundation routine, I've also been mixing in with these two foundations a little bit of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this is in the shade Opal, and this is just the travel size I have here. And this is kind of like an illuminator or a highlighter, and I really have been enjoying this for the summertime because it gives a nice glow to your face. So what I like to do is I will mix all three of these on the back of my hand, and then I will start applying to my face. Now there's different application processes you can use for applying your foundation. You can use a brush, you can use your fingers, which I don't really recommend, you're wasting product, and you can use a sponge. Now I currently like to use the Ulta Angle Foundation brush. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it has an angle to it. It's a very stiff brush. It's kind of like a angled flat top kabuki or stippling brush, and this is what I've been liking. I feel like it gives me a nice finish. So we have all three of the products I was mentioning to you on the back of my hand. So what I like to do next is go in just with a basic flat foundation brush and mix them up. So once I have it mixed up, whatever is left on this brush, I will go ahead and start applying to my face. Instead of applying to my whole face and then buffing it out, I like to do it in sections, especially with matte type foundations. They tend to dry a little quicker, so we'll go section by section. So I just take whatever's on the brush, and I will extend it a little down into the neck area. And then after I have that on my face, I will go ahead and start pressing it into the skin with this Ulta brush. continuing for the rest of the face. Now today, as you can see, I don't have any other makeup on. My normal makeup routine, actually, I do all of my eyeshadows and stuff first. And the reason I do that is if there's any fallout with the eyeshadows, that's why I like to do that first, so your fallout is not getting into your makeup. But of course, it can be done whatever way you prefer. That's just the way I prefer it. I just decided to do it this way since this is just the foundation slash face application today. So for each of these products I used just one pump of this Estee Lauder. Now it doesn't come with the pump. I did get this from MAC, the pump. So I used one pump of this. I squirted out just a little bit of this and just a little bit of this, and this has already covered the whole face, and I still have quite a lot of product left. So for a more full coverage look, I will apply the rest of the product, and I do have a few little breakouts here I want to cover up. I was trying some new skincare and it did not agree. Those products did not agree with my skin, so definitely want to cover that up. So I still have a little product left, so I'm going to run a little bit down on my neck. And this is just to make sure it's all blended out with our skin. So I'll apply a little on my under eyes. And if you are doing your makeup first, it's also good to apply it on your lid, because it can act like a primer, and then you don't have to use an eye primer. So on the under eye area and on this area, I will use a beauty blender, and I like to dampen it with the MAC Fix Plus. And you just want to do that because you don't want your beauty blender to absorb all the product. So if it's damp, it won't be absorbing all of your product. And the reason I like to use the beauty blender around the face is it's just, around the eyes, is it's just more gentle. And I already have kind of dark circles, and I don't want to be using a harder brush on those dark circles to make them even darker. Okay, so after we have all the foundation done, it's time to start fixing our under eyes, my under eyes. And I have pretty dark circles. Well, I feel like mine are pretty dark. So I like to start off with the NYX Dark Circle Concealer Corrector, and it is in the shade Light or Pale. And this is what it looks like. And when you open it up, it's just kind of like an orangey color. And these orangey colors are really good for hiding dark circles. So I just go in with my finger for this part, and I just dab it on under the eyes. You don't want to smear it, so you just want to tap on and go nice and gentle. For the longest time, I was just using the concealer under my eyes. I wasn't using a corrector, but I really can tell a huge night and day difference with using the corrector. And actually, I didn't know about this NYX one. I didn't even know NYX had these. But one of the YouTubers, Carly Bybel, she uses this, and I was like, okay, I need to try this. So you just need to do it just under your eyes. You don't need to extend it down. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I can already tell a huge difference just with using the corrector on my right eye versus my left. So we're gonna go ahead and apply it to the left side now. By the way, if you can hear a noise in the background, I have to have my tower fan on back there because it is so hot in here. I have my ceiling fan on, but I'm in Texas, of course, and the weather has just not been nice to us this past few weeks. It is just crazy hot. And the AC is blasting in the house, but it still doesn't help. So okay, so after I have that on, I will now apply my concealer, and my go-to concealer lately is the Double Wear Stay in Place Estee Lauder concealer. and I am in the shade 01 Light. Now if you're using a concealer to highlight the under eye area and parts of your face, you only want it to be 1 to 2 shades lighter than your actual foundation, or else it's going to be way too bright. And if you're not using it as a highlighter, I would recommend getting the same shade as your foundation. So I really like this concealer. It has just like a nice little doe foot applicator, and these are really good for application. So what I do now is I will start dabbing this under my eyes, and I kind of do like a little triangle motion right here. Now I'll go up on my nose a little bit. I'll do that on both sides. And what I like to do next is run it down my nose. To highlight there, I'll highlight a little bit on my Cupid's bow. I will extend it right here because I tend to get some redness there throughout the day. I like to highlight my chin a little bit, and then my forehead just a little bit. So I will go in again with the damp beauty blender and start blending it out. The reason I went up onto my nose a little bit with the concealer is when I eventually contour a little bit, it will help my nose look a little smaller and give it that nice contoured look. Another tip too, while I'm talking about concealer, if you don't have an eye primer, I have found that concealer is really good to prime your lids before you put eyeshadow on. And I just like doing that because especially if I'm gonna have a very minimal makeup look, you can sometimes see like the veins up there, and concealer covers it up really good, and it helps your eyeshadow stay. Okay, so now that I have blended that out, I'm going to take my Mercier translucent setting powder and set my under eyes so they do not crease. And I will go in with this little bitty Flawless Face brush by Bare Minerals. It's just like a little mini size version of the brush, but I like how it applies. My under eyes are just, I guess, just the way that my skin and my face is built. They do crease very easily, so this is definitely a must for me. Another tip too, if you do have under eyes that happen to crease a lot, something that I have found is, I mean, you use an eye cream at night, but I will use an eye cream before I start putting my makeup on, and that makes a huge difference. This Mercier powder was in my my haul a few weeks ago, and I'm not even joking, it is one of the best setting powders I have ever used. So this is definitely something, I got that little sample size, but this is definitely something I will repurchase. As you can see, I rubbed it down my nose right here a little bit and up here, and that's just to help the concealer set, because I do crease right here. And something what I will do too is when I have like my facial expressions throughout the day doing this, my forehead has like these little fine lines, so I like to just dust it over that too. Now there's some foundations you want to set your whole face, but I find with this matte foundation it sets on my face really well, and I don't need to do that. So this is my basic foundation routine. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my face. Hey y'all, so I have my makeup finished up here. I went ahead and did my eyes, my brows, and my lips. So this is kind of like what my completed foundation look is. So thank you guys for watching this full foundation routine video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see y'all in my next video, which will be my August beauty favorites video. Have a good day, y'all.